Most of the kids I see come in and they have somehow convinced themselves that the abuse is their fault. That if they would have said no, that if they would have run out of the room, that if they would have done something different, that the abuse wouldn't have happened. They carry around a lot of guilt and fear and anxiety. And so kind of through the therapy process, they start to understand why they have those feelings and they start figuring out how to manage those feelings. The goal is to get them to the point where if a memory about their trauma comes up, it is not completely overwhelming to them.
So I was sexually abused for 7 years by my brother. My behavior became absolutely atrocious in school, my grades dropped. And I do remember asking my parents at one point, like, can I see a therapist? And my dad said to me, no, because our community is small and people will talk.
So many parents are afraid to talk about what's happened because they don't want to say the wrong thing or they don't want to do the wrong thing. And so kind of getting some guidance from their therapist is really helpful. For younger kids, it's really difficult for them often to put words to what their traumatic experiences are. So what we end up doing is kind of understanding what their experiences have been through play and through art. We also have a sand tray with lots of different toys. And so what they'll do a lot of different times is make pictures in the sand tray with the different toys and kind of tell us about their experiences through that. And even for some of the older teens we serve, it's helpful for them to be able to express themselves through art, and through other sort of creative means versus just talking about what their experience has been. The hope is to create the therapeutic team between the kid and the caregiver, and then I back out. Because in order for the parent to know how to support the child at home, they have to learn what I'm teaching the child. Every kid who comes here and finishes their treatment plan, they get a graduation. One of the little traditions we have is they get to paint a rock that they leave in the healing garden with us.
To know that there's a place where like not only children but also their families are getting support and then also being referred to therapy, my life could have been very different had I had access to this.
So in a perfect world, no kid would ever have to experience abuse or neglect. But until then, we need the Children's Center so kids have a place to come and tell their story and get the help they need. Watching children heal and feel better is incredible.